I didn't perceive the power before that, however, while we were going through it, with things I needed to support and individuals, Jamie Foxx experienced an intense health-related crisis that landed him in the emergency clinic. I don't have any idea what sort of medications he was on. Perhaps it's utilizing the very sort of stuff that Kanye West was utilizing, lithium, or anything that I hear he's improving. And I truly want to believe that. I wish him an expedient recuperation. Prepare to have your brains blown in light of the fact that Martin Lawrence has let the cat out of the bag about her number one Hollywood genius, Jamie Foxx. That is correct, people, you heard it here first. Martin has focused on Jamie's strange sickness. Yet what he needs to say goes far past the superficial subtleties. We're discussing a few dull evil powers that might be controlling our dearest big names and keeping them in subjugation. Fascinated at this point? Well, lock in and remain tuned till the finish of this video, since you won't have any desire to miss a solitary delicious detail. I realize you're all perishing to realize what's been the deal with Jamie Foxx. And let me let you know, it's been a stunner for everybody. The actual disease is a finished secret, and to exacerbate the situation, Jamie and his family have been keeping quiet about it. The entire circumstance has left fans and individual superstars faltering, and we can't resist the urge to contemplate whether the most terrible is on the way. Even Kerry Washington, Jamie's co-star in the 2004 Beam Charles biopic, needed to convey a lab supplication-filled recognition for our kid Jamie. It's also weighty here to present to you the best-in-class scoop on what's truly been happening. These two forces to be reckoned with have been killing it in Hollywood for quite a long time, and their gifts have even landed them jobs as on-screen panthers. Recollect when they played a couple in Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained back in 2012. We positively do, and we should simply say that their science was out of this world. In the meantime, too, Veggie, the enormous debilitated and Stuart Little star David Alan Grier posted on Twitter, "I'm petitioning God for you, Jamie Foxx, get well soon." Before we get too up to speed in their on-screen sentiment, however, we need to address the obvious issue at hand. The clouded side of Hollywood, Martin Lawrence himself, has revolted against exactly the way in which curved things can get in the background. And it's hard not to recall the unusual occurrence that went down in 1996. Martin was found meandering around in the center of a bustling lab crossing point, shrouded in bodily fluid, and shouting about somebody needing to kill him. And he had a stacked handgun in his pocket. Not a problem. A couple of months after the fact, he was discovered attempting to load onto a plane with a stacked firearm, guaranteeing that he thought guns were permitted on highway flights. Yozer. And in the event that that wasn't sufficient, Martin's significant other at the time even took out a limiting request against him, claiming that he had taken steps to kill her and her family. There was an occurrence on set where he just couldn't recall his lights. Yet that wasn't the most terrible section. A partner wound up calling Martin's significant other at the time, since he was giggling wildly and couldn't stop. Chief Steve Utica did the dependable thing and sent Martin home, yet it was only after 5 a.m. Yet he really appeared. And get this, despite the fact that he had recently had an all-out breakdown, Martin was up into them again by 8 or 9 a.m., prattling on about needing to wash his vehicle. Before you know it, he's in a vehicle wash, with a weapon in his pocket, meandering into a Sherman Oaks crossing point and yelling at no one specifically. It's no big surprise that the police wound up reaching out, and they eventually needed to take Martin to Cedars-Sinai Clinic. Their specialist declared that he was experiencing fatigue and lack of hydration. Yet fans are beginning to come to an obvious conclusion and keep thinking about whether there's something more evil impacting everything here. In the meantime, this isn't the main time a VIP would uncover how Hollywood elites control big names. In some cases, these superstars are labeled to be loco. Yet under the allegations, there have been hypotheses that VIPs are without a doubt constrained by Hollywood elites. Dave Chappelle gave his contemplations about how certain individuals needed to drop him and damage him waving a weapon, shouting they are attempting to kill me. We should go on a little outing through a world of fond memories. Will we recollect when Kanye West valiantly stood in opposition to the higher powers in Hollywood, that he accepted controlled VIPs, like mannequins? Definitely, that was really serious, yet what you probably won't recall is that presently before that, Kanye was truly hospitalized for pressure and depletion at the Ronald Reagan UCLA Clinical Center in Los Angeles. Evidently, he had been going through a few pretty tumultuous times on visit, and everything at long last up to speed to him. As a matter of fact, things got so terrible that the rest of his North American event dates must be dropped, and everything reached a critical stage during his Sacramento show, when Kanye went on a wild, continuous flow, right prior to stomping off stage. Well, fortunately, Kanye had the option to get the assistance he wanted at the medical clinic. As per the related press, he went through the night there for his own well-being and security. I'm putting my vocation, my life, my public, well versed with you all like this, was informed a confounded group, as per the sorts I'd been staying here, to give you all my reality, even at the put of my own life, in extreme danger. Even at the gamble of my own prosperity, my own profession, I've been staying here to give you all reality. From this, everybody got tingling to hear what Kanye implied about his ballad. Particularly later, Kanye uncovered Hollywood leads. And essentially, everybody perceived how that took a turn, classified they have no control over me. You get what I'm talking about, that I serve my mother, ain't here, my mom was forfeited me too. You see, no doubt Michael Jordan, what might be said about him, his daddy, right now in Hollywood. Many individuals come up missing. Things got pretty wild after Kane's large Hollywood trick. Uncover truth be told, his ex-fitness coach, Harley Pasternak, even ventured to such an extreme as to take steps to have him regulated. By reports, the Sternik, who was Jewish, was not excessively satisfied with Kanye's enemy of Semitic AIDS, and he even proposed that the rapper could be cured into Zombieland everlastingly. Might they at any point share messages online, apparently sent by Harley with the performer's ex-coach and companion, requesting that he shun cuss words and insane stuff? One message, clearly from Harley, said, "Subsequent choice, I have you systematized again, where they sedate the ocean out of you, and you return to Zombieland, perpetually play date with the children. Simply won't be something similar." Yet stand by there's more. Kanye wasn't content to let the danger from his ex-dealer slip through the cracks. As a matter of fact, he took to Twitter to share a screen capture of the trade and uncover much more about his encounters in Hollywood. As per his tweet, Kane accepts that he was intellectually misdiagnosed and almost tranquilized crazy to make him a more reasonable, polite VIP. He added, "This is the way a Hollywood broker addresses an undeniably more compelling dark VIP. When we escape line, perhaps quite possibly large numbers of her number one superstars are heavily influenced by dim higher powers, and this might have constrained their hands into doing things they don't wish to, or feeling the danger of being hushed. We should check whether individuals via virtual entertainment additionally feel the same way. One client composed Hollywood is the greatest interruption on the planet. These VIPs are utilized as devices to control your psyche." One more client with a marginally unique perspective at it. Didn't David Chappelle quit for some time after he thought Hollywood individuals were attempting to inspire him to consent to unusual things? It's presumably a little solicitation, and ceaselessly reward train you till you find it typical consenting to their solicitations. While a pundit composed, obviously they are controlled, and they are frightened to lose what they have, and being dropped for talking about some unacceptable thing. Didn't see a ton of them for Trump, yet they generally made promotions for the leftists. From the brat to Cardi Baha enlightens you a ton regarding the story control. And another pin: famous people aren't controlled, they're made on the off chance that you make somebody you own them. That is the game. Bad habit T requires no ability to be a VIP nowadays. So what is the prerequisite? Martin Lawrence has quite recently let the cat out of the bag about Jamie Foxx's well-being. And it seems like everything is falling perfectly into place, as per the 55-year-old humorist Fox, is improving after a new health-related crisis that landed him in the medical clinic in Atlanta, Georgia. Fox had been dealing with the arrangement of back in real life when he experienced an undisclosed unexpected issue last week, driving fans and associates stressed over his prosperity, yet presently on account of Lawrence's update during a meeting with Extra at his Hollywood Stroll of Distinction star, revealing we can all inhale a moan of alleviation and expectation for James' rapid recuperation. Well, I hear he's improving. My requests go out for him consistently, and hoping everything turns out great for him, Lawrence answered. One of the most incredible that we got in Hollywood, one of the most mind-blowing performers, as well as a decent individual, from what I hear, and my requests go out for him consistently, and hoping everything works out for him during a meeting with Extra at the function for his Hollywood Stroll of Popularity star Martin Lawrence shared that Jamie Foxx is improving after his new health-related crisis. Close was hospitalized at Atlanta, Georgia, recording back in real life because of an undisclosed unexpected issue. While talking with Access Hollywood at a similar occasion, Lawrence explained that he had not addressed Fox straightforwardly, yet wished him a fast recuperation. Fox's Weight Watcher, Perrine, later took to Instagram to report that her dad had experienced an unexpected problem, yet was at that point making a course for recuperation because of fast activity and magnificent consideration. As per reports, Fox is still in the emergency clinic, going through tests, and Netflix authorities have not remarked on what this well-being crisis might have meant for the shooting plan for back in real life. Anyway, Fox's co-star Cameron Diaz was seen shooting scenes with his